how he scammed Amazon to hire him, how he ended up with these domains, the Esports TikTok and the Esports website domain and the Esports Twitter handle, just breaks my heart.
Look, I would say one of the foundational esports titles that has been around, and maybe not really a popular one. It's a bit obscure, but Gears of War esports, which in fairness has produced like a lot of pros, and also I think Veli was like a Gears of War player and then caster. So they have sort of announced that they are ceasing their esports operations, in the near future. So Gears 5, we're up to 5, by the way.
Yes.
After 2.5 years of near constant Gears 5 action, the Coalition is announcing this will be the last season of Gears esports, and they'll shift elsewhere. So again, makes me wonder, like, what's sort of next for the franchise. But look, Scott, I don't know. I mean, the last time I watched Gears of War, I think it was E-League or something like that, and they had security guards on the stage. You know, it was like that. It was extremely masculine, a lot of trash talk kind of esports scene.
Yeah, very different than your traditional, certainly PC shooter. And I think a couple things with the franchise itself. Obviously, been around for a very long time. Very, innovative when it first dropped. Cliffy B made his bones on this game, right? Epic, their engine, all this stuff. So I think, in that sense, it didn't start out as an esport game. It started out as a really cool game, right? And then it became an esport because of the communities that played Gears of War, not because of the developers. So the first couple runs at Gears of War esports was very community developed. Guys like Hypefestation, like these little TOs trying to do their own thing. Couple Gears episode versions later, Dev gets involved. Coalition starts trying to help, trying to seed, running tournaments, pro league, etc. Maybe too little too late, or maybe just too niche. It was always a niche, hardcore game. Like, had a lot of people playing it, but a lot of people being, the people that played it were very passionate, very much Gears player, but maybe not enough of them.
No,
right? Like, Call of Duty is a very hardcore community, but there's millions and millions and millions of them. Maybe not so many for Gears, but when you play Gears, you fucking play Gears, right? You're like it's like the FGC in that sense. You're a fucking Gears player.
Yep.
You're not an FPS player.
Yep.
Now, and obviously, to your point, big press release, laying off their esports initiatives for a while. They've been, again, hot and cold for a while anyway. I think what they're doing and what a lot of people were talking about is Gears 6 is coming. 2023, 2024, we're supposed to see Gears of War 6. So I imagine they're not done forever, but why spend resources, marketing budget, otherwise, on an older version of a title when you're moving everything you're doing to a new version? Why keep this esport even going when you don't really need to? Reset when the new game drops.
I mean, you never need to, right? I imagine this would have cost them a lot of money just to run esports. And how long have they been running Gears 5 esports for? 2.5 years?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
And I don't think these viewership numbers are big. Riot can look at viewership numbers versus marketing spend and go, oh, okay. But I don't think Gears can look at those same numbers anywhere close.
No, and even Riot's not making money. They're very opaque about the fact, but Riot don't make money on esports. It's just a marketing expenditure, which is probably what this was as well. So if it's a marketing expenditure that ends up just being a waste of money, then I don't really know why you would keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Esports is way too niche. It's so niche. I would even suggest that, the direction for that publisher to take is probably say, well, maybe this esports direction isn't what people want from our game. Maybe it's I don't know. Look, I would just say that, they're probably blowing a fuckload of money on this.
Yeah.
Anyway. And it does not penetrate the wider esports market at all. It stays niche, and I've seen so many games just say, this probably doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If the appeal of the game itself, even before the esport, is as niche as it is. So.
Yeah, and what they do, they buy themselves time with their fan base. The fan base will no longer complain until 6 drops. Why aren't you helping with 5? Where's 5 esports? Hell, what are you doing in the meantime? They've already said, we're not doing shit.
Yeah.
So now they know, right? Again, we'll see what happens with 6. It's interesting. It's a lot of, when you play it, it's very engaging sometimes, but to me, just a whole lot of duck.
Yeah,
shoot.
the game is predicated on fast weapon switching and hiding behind cover and throwing grenades. Yeah.
Really cool slides and shit.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I just think it's in terms of the novelty of the mechanics that the game has, it's a little... Look, I'll be honest with you, Call of Duty's kind of the same, right? It's been the same shit every single year. Fortunately, there's just enough mindless drones that love that esport just bleed Optic Gaming. It doesn't fucking matter what kind of game they put out, right? But I'd suggest that it takes a lot more than that these days to move the needle to turn your game to an esports title. Coming from someone who's worked on a very polished AAA title that faced dwindling esports interest because of the game not being novel, right? So, yeah. And look, I'm not. I'll be honest with you, Scott. I had no idea Gears Esports was still going.
I kind of didn't know it was still going either.
So,
with this latest version,
yeah, is that ignorant? Sure it is. But I mean, it obviously hasn't been able to get onto my desk. No. Sorry, it's like what was the 2K League, the NBA 2K thing? What was it, Rick Fox and shit trying to do something with that? Sorry, like I just don't think the demand is remotely there for that. So good on you, Gears. Hopefully, if they bring it back for Gears 6, that's fine. But listen to me when I tell you that Halo should serve as an example for everybody. See, when I say listen to me, they put the camera on me. It's a really easy trick. It's like training. It's like training. Halo was fueled by nostalgia in the early days of Infinite, and the esports viewership was there, and now it's just not there. Do you know why? Because the player base is also not there. There's people playing on console, but like the numbers on Steam are disgracefully bad, like unreal, just unreal how bad it is. Gears is worse than that by probably orders of magnitude. So don't expect there to be an esports spend in the future. Sorry.
I think one of the coolest things about the entire franchise, if you remember, when they did their cover of Mad World for their trailer, the Jules version, one of the greatest game trailers ever done. Just like amazingly well done. A good studio. Again, good game. The other detracting thing is when I was doing some research, huge game in Latin America as an esport. Like a lot of the big teams, a lot of the big money, the marketing is kind of that Mexico, Central America money spent. So maybe again, for the marketing guys in the US, also not worth the spend if...
Yeah, just do it in LATAM.
Yeah, big in LATAM. Like that's who wins. So again, big hit for their scene because again, people out of jobs, right, or out of hope for a career path at least for a little while.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep an eye on it.
Talk about people out of jobs.
This is the people got fucked block, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we're just going through some of. I mean, this is housekeeping, I suppose. Yeah, look, Upcomer launch is a pretty ambitious project. I mean, I got the same fucking multi-Fion on fire tweet about this being like a game changer. This, okay, Fion, no worries, mate. Obviously, Upcomer has announced that they laid off all their staff, all their writing staff, mind you.
Yes.
They've gone for a really revolutionary angle, Scott. I don't know if you've heard of this one. They're pivoting to video. Yeah, pivoting to video. So obviously that's like a lot of people. I know like George was there, Fion was there. Obviously Sean Morrison here is sort of explaining that they would say, oh yeah, we've grown so much, and then the next day we get laid off. So yeah, it's a pivot to video format. Which I'm sure is probably a hard pill to swallow for people that write, especially when like these dog shit score esports videos with like clickbait titles are getting as many views as they are. It's like the rise and fall and rise again of tens or something like that. Just like these documentary style things with that's I think the writing in it is not particularly. I'm not a huge fan, and I think like who's that bloke at the Score Esports that always gets rinsed out by Richard Lewis every week?
Well, that's Colin.
But
now Colin is the video guy at Upcomer. He left,
so he's going to go and do the same shit thing.
He's already there. Like it's not like he's been there.
Right.
Didn't lose his job.
So, right.
He didn't get laid.
So there's no justice in this world, is there? Right. Well, anyway, obviously he's been pulled up quite a few times for just his ethics in journalism and some blatant inaccuracy. And honestly, Upcomer were reamed out a little bit long ago for some really clickbait titles in regards to CNED, who was obviously much of the Turkish region in Valorant was implicated in like a money laundering scheme by Twitch.
Yeah.
And they released a headline that basically implied that CNED was a part of it when he wasn't. So their ethics and their journalistic standards were a little questionable anyway.
Well, and even 2 weeks ago, they preemptively announced exactly what everyone's cut was of the trinket, tchotchke, whatever the fuck it was, and they were wrong. And they kept being tweeted that they were wrong. They were wrong.
Yes, you're referring to the split of the Valorant
player team
VCT
split.
skins.
Yeah. So what Riot shared with the orgs and the players, that split was woefully wrong. Their sources, right? And they kept getting corrected. So I saw the announcement as well. I see the same website launch in this space once every 6 months. You know, a bunch of good writers getting together with a bunch of editor type people that keep getting fucking jobs around here.
You mean like Esports, GG?
That sell somebody with some money, like, we're going to be the ESPN, we're going to do this, we're going to bring you all these numbers and do all this shit.
Yeah.
And
we're
obviously have evolved with what we read, what we care about. The real world has evolved. Like, and again, I don't know where you're ever going to get the revenue to pay 20, 15 editors/writers to make esports related content to get enough views to pay all their salaries.
Scott, 20% of gamers get their news from fucking Moist Critical. Do you understand? Like, the way the gamers consume content is very strange. A lot of them are like, I think this is evidenced by just how, or Hassan stream, right? I'd say like a huge portion of Twitch viewers get all of their, foreign affairs knowledge and sort of politics from Hassan.
Yeah, and I think if we've got room for one or two. Well, good luck. Dexerto's already nailed you. Like, you're not going to beat them yet, right? Like, it's too late to be the new Dexerto, if you will. They do all this content. They do all this video. They've got the writing. We don't need two of them rewriting the same 5 stories. We don't need 3 of them. So while I saw the thing, I was like, well, this ain't going to last long. Like, they preached about how many, accounts they had and, how many people were going to the website. But it don't matter if those eyeballs aren't monetized and monetized enough to pay for what's being put on the page. And it wasn't.
Well, people just use ad blocker anyway. This is the problem. So, like, what happens is, what I try and do, like, I have ad blocker as well. But if I get asked to turn my ad blocker off, I do. I just pause it while I'm looking at the article, because fair enough. Like, I'll fucking have ads for that. But a lot of people don't do that.
No.
Like, I don't know how easy it is to monetize print media at all. And I understand why they can pivot to a medium like video and just monetize it like any fucking YouTuber would monetize their videos, right?
Yeah, the avenues of monetization open way up when you turn that camera on versus
it's just
type
piss
something.
easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Turn on your AdSense, make a bunch of fucking clickbaity YouTube videos and sit back.
And we're, as Joseph mentions in chat, we're a very personality-based world now. So no offense to the writers of Upcomer. Hard to get your personality out of a written article, hard to get behind you as a person and champion you as a content creator when it's the written word now, when we're used to someone chatting and yelling and,
They tried this. They definitely tried to get some personalities. Obviously, they brought Tyler on. Obviously, like, George Geddes, basically, half of his tweets come out of fucking PF Chang's fortune cookies.
Yeah, but then he left. I mean? He did move on.
Yes, he has moved on. Yeah, but, like, he was, like, I think it was fairly effective because Zoomers love the leak boys. They love, they love break journalism, right? So, he was able to build up a personality, a brand around that. Even though I ratioed the tits off him the other day for posting another fucking asinine, motivational tweet. That's the guy's brand. So, like, they can do it, but the problem is that I don't want my news from the page. I want my news screeched at me by fucking XQC. Not me personally. Fucking God help me. You. But, like, a huge amount of gamers.
And I just don't think enough people care for the resource spend on any site. It's not even an Upcomer issue. It's just an issue.
You know where I go to find out how a Valorant game went? I don't go to fucking Upcomer.
I go to Valoranting every Tuesday.
No, I go to VLR.GG though if I want the score, right?
Yeah.
So and that's basically it's just like match recaps analytics. It's not even really. It's not a website that I guess it has some articles on there. Where do you go?
I go to Juked. Brand new app, still in beta here on my fancy Android.
Well, yeah, I mean they aggregate everything, right? They aggregate things, so it's like I could go to Juked and just get like a bunch of my news sources that I'm interested in. I could curate that. I could get fed what I want to see on that sort of app. But like I'm not going to go to Upcomer for just. I don't know. I don't know how they're expecting to make big money off this kind of enterprise.
Now, do we care about who owns them? Do we care that this isn't just a one-off, that this is the parent company of Luminosity and they have other things in esports and this isn't just like, like they're still like, I'm not going to call it conflict of interest in that sense, but like.
Well, no, I don't know anything about these motherfuckers.
Because this is We Are Enthusiasts.
Who is We Are Enthusiasts?
This is a media company out of Canada. They own a bunch of stuff. And obviously, these are all venture capital spends, whether it's the team or other things. It's just like, if you're going to own multiple things in here, you got to, I think, need to be really careful of how you take care and nurture our world, right? If you're just going to be some fly-by-night guy who comes in with VC and says, I'm going to open, if you're just going to be Christian Bishop and come in here and be like, I'm going to open, you know what I mean? And constantly grift. But these guys are team owners. They're other things in our world, right? And it's just disingenuous, I guess.
So when was it announced that this was happening, right? It was very recently, like a couple of days, yeah?
Yeah, like last week.
So amazing. There's like a retweet on Enthusiast Gaming's Twitter of Theon tweeting, in the first 8 days of the new Upcomer website launch, we've surpassed 1.1 million page views, which once again sets a record for not only the network, but as one of the top at We Are Enthusiasts as well. Thanks to the new millions of unique users who visit Upcomer every month. So he tweets this March the 9th.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's coming. You know what I mean? So even though they've had a performance that you would suggest has surpassed the other brands under this umbrella and probably really is, I would say, at the forefront of like other esports journalistic endeavors and their platforms, they still sort of next to it.
Yeah, about a year. About a year or so.
Yep.
And again, I've been on the rug pull side of this. Jason and I both helped build GotFrag up, and then we had that phone call. We're like, all right, well, you're not really working out anymore. You can either move here or you're out of a job. And that came fucking out of the blue to us. So if these guys were under the assumption that they had the budget and that, yeah, they were going to heavy spend on labor and get the writing staff going, get the views going and everything, and then got rug pulled, that absolutely fucking sucks, right? But my mind just instantly goes to, there's enough smart people that were hired that had to realize, are we building something we can't fucking properly get back? Like, were they spending knowing that they were spending down a fucking hole that was going to get closed, right? Or, you know, because it's really easy to like, put the fucking blinders on and go, no, it'll be great. We'll make a lot of money.
It's hard enough, man, to be a journalist at all. And then being one in esports is just like, fucking Christ. All right.
Oh, yeah.
This is a passion project for you. Man, maybe casting's going the same way. We can talk about that later on. But yeah, I think it's really, really hard to compete because the way that people consume content is really vastly changing. And you could track this, by the way. Just ask yourself, like, what is the most popular game on Twitch for people to watch, right? And you'll see how long ago was it Among Us was just an absolute phenomenon. Yeah. And now what? Do you know what I mean? So this kind of capriciousness of the masses when it comes to what content they consume, how they consume content is also downstream from this or upstream of this, depending on which way you want to look at it. That is the pace at which things move in this sphere. Right now, all your news should be on TikTok. Straight up. All of your journalistic endeavors should be on TikTok, but it should be your own content, not someone else's. Ideally, you don't steal it and slap a watermark on there. But yeah, at least
there too. Yeah. How do you feel about XQC screeching you the news from a VR chat room as a VTuber?
Yeah, I mean,
put it all together.
That's awfully close to some of the experiences I've had watching Felix's stream.
Exactly,
I've literally seen him in VR chat screeching at people. So if he just told me the news, I guess that would just be another day at the office. But I read The Economist. That's it, really. I don't watch American news because I really dislike the dichotomy between CNN and Fox News. Obviously, Fox News is way worse. I don't like either of them. So I'm pretty selective about how I'm a cable cutter. I'm pretty selective how I get my news. So would I want it from these guys? No, but I would suggest there are a lot of gamers out there who are cable cutters and also don't give a fuck and would be happy to get it from someone like Hassan or XQC. Hassan obviously should not be put in the same sentence as XQC in this example because he actually does go through the news and explains his sort of take on it. Obviously, he's got a background at the Young Turks, which is essentially a journalistic endeavor. So does Wilnef on that note. So, yeah, fair enough. Pivot to video all you like. Good luck making it work. I guess you have to make documentaries about the pro player of the moment and try and get like 500k views on that content. And maybe, I don't know if you got to credit people for the content, like that you have the video content or whatever, like whatever, man. Good luck. It's a shame. But there's always going to be a home for fucking league journalism, George. Don't worry. I'm sure George, someone will hire him, mate.
George isn't there anymore.
Whoever the fuck is hiring him, man. You know, whatever network of people that he's got, tell him information so he can link it ahead of teams. Halo does the same thing. I find it annoying because I'm on the inside a lot of the time. It's just a pain in the ass, but I'm sure someone will fucking pay you for that shit.
Jake Lucky landed a new deal, not in the news at all today that we're talking about. But
no.
Speaking of more personality-based news givers, right? You're talking like that's the kind of stuff people are liking to get their news from.
Yeah, and that guy has little to no moral fiber at all about how he goes. Like I don't think Jake Lucky has any fucking integrity, and I think that's been evidenced by the kind of things that he's chooses to cover and the way that he's chosen to cover stuff. Yeah. That's a whole other conversation. But his style's the one that works, by the way. Like that, as
Yes.
detestable as I find what he does and how he does it, more importantly, it works. All these Zoomers fucking love it. So
Yeah,
good on you,
again,
mate.
that's the same reason why TMZ is so popular, outside the building. All right, let's move on to some other big news. This is actually a big story. Hits close to home for me for some weird reason. I don't know why. LCS Player Association makes a big announcement this week. Several announcements have come out of the PA. They're actually become a real PA. Good executive board, good activist players now. They kind of started as a Riot enthusiast player association, money from Riot, a hire from Riot, just
So
kind of prop them up.
Riot did prop up a player association
For the LCS, yeah.
Kind of mental that they do that, really. I guess it's the teams that get fucked more than Riot in that situation.
So
but,
and so what's finally happened years later is activist players have taken and they've basically taken control of their PA, and they're now figuring out how to self-monetize, so they don't need Riot's money anymore. They're not spending Riot's money anymore. So basically, how do you do that? This announcement that we're talking about today is an announcement between the LCS PA and One Team. One Team is a mainstream company that actually represents several mainstream sports PAs.
Right.
The company itself is actually owned by several sports PAs and other entities. So it's very player-centric business that represents player-centric businesses in sports. So they represent the NFL PA, I want to say baseball as well, and several others that are not coming to me. So One Team announced last year that they were going to start looking at gaming and esports, and not just sports. So they've hired some gamer types to bring them into the fold and explain this world. So one of their first initiatives, maybe even their very first initiative, is they've made an agreement with the LCS PA to use their collective rights of the players to activate stuff. So it could be trading cards, could be jerseys, could be all sorts of stuff, could be NFTs, could be all sorts of stuff. They've already started to do some stuff with that Champions queue. I might be getting the name wrong. They have a special queue now in the game that is kind of for the pros and around the pros, and that's being done with the PA and with Riot and One Team. And basically what this is, One Team is an agency that specializes in taking your PA's group rights of all your players
and shopping
them.
Yep.
And your players make money, your PA makes money, and then the league, everyone gets cuts of these deals along the way, depending on who's affected.
So in a sense, they are now like a legitimate players association. Like they actually have some form of ability to negotiate their name, image, and likeness rights in a mutually constructive manner.
Yep. Now the way this is going, and what we just scrolled, kind of really explains it really nicely. Plays out. If you don't know what group rights are, how it works in sports, really nice article. Suggest you read it. How the PAs, how the LCS is doing it. I'm so used to just saying the PA and meaning Counter-Strike, but these guys are active again. And this makes me really fucking excited. Because again, number one fucking esport on the planet, having an active PA means a lot for players in any game. What they've done is they've done the agreement with One Team first, between the PA and One Team, and now the players will, this next week or so, all sign their collective rights agreements to give the PA what they literally will, what One Team will then use to go sell.
Yes. So they're selling them to One Team first, essentially.
Well,
they're signing them.
They have a partnership before they've secured the rights.
Yes.
So this week they wanted to do this part first and make this process very, very public, so that if the players had questions, if the team owners had questions, it was already out there. Versus like the way Counter-Strike did it is the CS PPA already also has the collective rights of those bodies of players. They've already signed them, and they are now being shopped in a very similar way. So we did it opposite. Yep. We went and got the rights first, made sure legally we could do all that. Players signed all the paperwork. LCS wanted to do the opposite way. They have less players. They have 100 players. They're all in the U.S. in the sense of where they're legal. It's easier to do it this way.
Yeah, you have to do it across any
and they're also in a unique position as part of their process that this is a process for the LCS to actually unionize, which is a legal term, right? The CS PPA is not a union. It is a player association. Yes, it is. It is a legal association. It is not a union in the U.S. labor law definitions of a union, which has a whole lot of power. We can't do that because we're a global. It has to all be defined in America for it to work for America. So that's why our North American sports leagues are like that. The U.S. based ones.
They used to have state labor laws to deal with anyway.
Yep. So they use this kind of thing, they can actually unionize, which leads to, salary caps. Again, this is their first big move of doing something with their P other than quality of life stuff. Hey, Riot, our practice rooms. Hey, Riot, our monitors. Those things you want to worry about too. This is their first big business deal.
That stuff's in like the rider. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got quality of life stuff, and then you got business and revenue stuff. And what this does on the team ownership side is once it gets up and running is, I'm a team owner. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to give up my rights. My player is signed to me. Well, you get a sliver of the rights, just like in sports. LeBron James gives a sliver away. He keeps a chunk, right? So where this helps a team owner, because I'm always trying to tell these team owners, look, I don't hate you. There's look at pro sports on all sides of it. What happens is once these guys start monetizing, and that player for you has $50,000 a year in revenue deals that are coming from the group rights, or 20,000, whatever it happens to be, that's 20,000 less that you might need to pay him, right? It'll eventually allow them all to lower their labor costs because players will have other revenue streams, right? Sure. And as I always say, like a Counter-Strike player in our ecosystem might be worth 10 grand a month, $15,000 a month, but it doesn't necessarily mean one person has to pay $15,000 a month for that kid to make a deal or to make a living. Maybe it's 10 from the team, 3 from a watch sponsor, 2 from his PA, right? And it all adds up to a healthy ecosystem that everyone benefits from. Yep. Again, standard shit in sports, not so standard here yet. So I get really excited about this, even though I don't give a shit about League of Legends, because A, they're a very powerful game in our space, and they can lean into all the U.S. labor laws when they choose to, and, because we have a collective, because collective rights, where I'm ranting now, where it also will help team owners, and this actually came up in this conversation about this, right? Because the other side of this is salary caps, right? You can't legally cap my salary unless I agree to you capping my salary in a group setting, right? That's illegal, right? It's wage fixing, right? So how they get away with it in sports is it's part of the collective bargain agreement. You're an NBA player by virtue of that, by virtue of being in the PA of the NBA, and this collective rights bargain agreement says X, Y, and Z can happen to your salary. It can be capped at this. Your buyouts can be X, Y, and Z. And then you agree. It's all part of the agreement, right? Well, LCS could then have a real deal salary cap, which will help owners, right? Because now you've capped at what you could possibly pay the best player in the U.S. Ain't going to help you with Faker over there, but it can help you here, right?
Sure. No good because they're all fucking importing people still, year in, year out.
But they'll come play over here, right? So those salary caps. Same thing that Overwatch is in trouble with the U.S. government with because they soft tampered one of these, right? They had a
soft cap
that they put under a fee penalty kind of thing, but in all reality, it was a cap on team owners that they could only spend X amount on a player or they got penalized if they went over it. And the penalization was shared and shit, really fucked up. They are being investigated by the Department of Labor, right, for antitrust, because that shit, you can do that shit all day long if your player base is in a player association union and they legally agree for you to have that control over
them. None of the players had any idea their salaries were being capped.
So, long rant off of this, but this is really cool shit. So this will bring, trading cards and all that kind of shit, right, that are very player-specific. And it doesn't mess with me if I'm a team owner, because I only control what I can do with those 5 guys, right, and how I activate them. If I want to do trading cards as an outside entity, I'd have to go to in this current world. If you're Epics, for example, right, they make trading cards. You currently right now have to go to every single team owner and get rights. You already have to do that to get my team logo, my team those kind of things that I do own. But this allows, because the teams don't technically have that right? They don't have the right to sell my name on a trading card.
Right.
So this division of church and state in that sense allows Epic to go one place for League of Legends players, 12 places for League of Legends team IP. I need Cloud9's logo. I need 100 Thieves logo. And they got to go to Riot. But so it makes the process, again, way easier. And again, players can always still opt out of stuff. The one last thing I would say to equate it to our world in 2 ways is sports games. EA Sports makes Madden. So every year when they're making a Madden football game, they start with 2 conversations. They go to the NFL. They go, hey, we want to buy the rights to the NFL. We want to do the Madden game. And these are multi-year deals, so not every year. Then they go to the PA. They go, we want to buy everyone's NIL. Name, image, likeness. You'll hear that a lot. Name, image, likeness. Your rights to your actual name, your likeness, whether it's a photo or a cartoon.
Or a recreation of you.
Yeah. Yep. Likeness, and then the actual image. Anyone takes a real photo of you. And then that's how they start the process, right? And then an athlete will go, fuck no, I hear it's bad luck to be on the cover. So I'll put my name, you can make me a football player, have my name on the back of my jersey, I'll send you a photo, you can make my face. But, because it's a curse if you're on the cover, right? So that player gets paid more if he wants that shot, but can also deny it. I hate football games. I don't want my image at all. Well, then number 69 for the Cleveland, Browns is like a fake name, a fake look. It's a generic looking football player, and I don't show up in the game. So that's how that all works, right? So it's just really, really cool to see, because again, this is stuff that we've been talking about at Counter-Strike for several years since we got the rights. I'm just really excited that like this PA's got their shit together, because the fact that they're U.S. based literally means they can build themselves just like the NFL PA. It's great stuff, and they've surrounded themselves with some really good guys. Phillips over there, XEG guy, Lauren's over there doing a bunch of stuff. So anyway, long rant
a lot
about
of their
it.
board are like people that I'm really familiar with in the industry.
Yeah.
Pretty trustworthy.
Yeah,
so.
and this is the kind of shit that like I like talking about on this show. Like, to me, this is like meaty, because what I hope happens is obviously like the Counter-Strike guys are already talking about it. Like, oh yeah, that's a great deal. This is the kind of shit. Like, they're all players, right? They just play different games, right? And then you hope to see other games that maybe those players think they've got some legs in their game, Valorant, et cetera, and like, should we organize? Should we get our shit together? It's success stories of PAs, because PAs are a pain in the fucking ass to start, right? Because nobody in this industry wants you to have a PA but you.
Yep.
Nobody. It's because everyone thinks you're taking from them. And all you're trying to do is kind of fucking organize your voice. But anyway, long rant, really good news. Your thoughts on it, since I've just ranted forever about it.
Yeah, no, look, not a whole lot to add there. Obviously, I'm kind of, I like that it's grown its own legitimacy outside of, Riot kind of propping up this quote-unquote Players Association, or at least providing a framework for this to happen. So, obviously it affects Riot less than it affects team owners. I think maybe for team owners, that's another entity that they have to parlay with, so to speak. But I like that. I think anything that works to sort of continue to frame the growth of the League of Legends space with greater legitimacy is very good. So, I think we're a long way away from seeing that in other games, though, to be honest with you. A long, long way. But it's a good example to set. And hey, look, I think it's attractive as well to player associations if they can see like an out-of-the-box solution for NIL rights and stuff like that. They'll be more likely to, instead of having to try and fucking do it themselves, or as you guys did with the Counter-Strike guys, it's just pretty complex. So, because getting people on the fucking same page enough to join an association is hard enough as it is. Yeah,
it's hurting cats. Most of your players are fairly indifferent to the process because, again, I'm just playing my game, man. Just playing my game. And the benefits of the hard work and maybe the hassle from your team owner and everybody else, you might not reap those rewards because the power comes after years of these things, right? So you might have been retired and gone, and this headache ain't worth my time, and so be it.
Yeah, it's like in 20 years' time, people could be doing this show and making a lot of money. That's just the way it goes.
And maybe the next set of esports pros that gets really excited about it is a game we don't even know about yet. It's just really encouraging stuff to see this part of it. We're going to talk about all this other bullshit in esports every week. It's just nice to see a little bit of growth in a positive way and a set of players kind of organizing.
So I know you love talking about that kind of stuff. You know what I love talking about? People being dumb cunts. And it happens. It happens all the time.
Good segue.
It happens every week on this show. That's kind of why I'm here. Have you seen this? So
I did.
The very popular game known as Domina, with a dev team of one person, have been sneaking some interesting messaging into their patch notes. Now, credit to Elohim. He must fucking burn the midnight oil just looking at like random ass games on Twitch to have found this one. Because I mean, as far as I understand, like the game over years and years and years has had like, I don't know, 9,000 reviews in total. I think you know what I mean. Anyway, Domina. So I guess that's a game that's about the Roman Empire or something like that.
Yep. You build fighters and you run an arena company, and Yeah.
Oh, so a gladiator management simulator, isn't it?
Yeah, which is why he's so fucking alpha, man. He's a fucking Roman gladiator 2022.
So, obviously, like, there's some patch notes here, and then what he does is he's snuck in these fucking, let's call it social commentary, shall we, Scott? So he's just snuck this in between talking about optimizing his particle and dust effects and balancing some game elements. Is that take off the fucking masks. Next time you're at a grocery store, try showing a woman your face. Okay, be confident, unafraid of the lies. You might get a girlfriend. Women like confidence. Women don't like dudes who cover their faces in fear. What are you afraid of? Getting laid? Grow up. Okay, something tells me that that this bloke, I assume, has been sleeping with an ostrich for all these years, because I don't know any woman that's really going to find this particular behavior all that endearing. It gets better. There are other patch notes as well. So this is last year. So this is May 6, 2021. I guess it's only just surfacing now. Do you want to read this, Scott?
Yeah.
Are you interested? All right, go on. You give it a dramatic reading for me.
All right, here we go. Some men still won't fight. They're weak. There's no accounting for weak men. Weak men lack character. Strong moral fiber is hard to come by. It's earned through hard work and sacrifice, and it cannot be had via OnlyFans or Pornhub. No? Those fucking things are demonic possessions waiting to show you a succubus titty in those you'll waste alone on her instead of spending that energy studying how to weld or grow a potato or learning a new language or how to program a computer. Listen, kids. Get off them Pornhubs and do something with your life, because no one's gonna give you a goddamn thing. And this whole mess we call civilization is only getting harder. We need solutions, and we need smart men who can work hard and implement those solutions. Masturbating to e-girls isn't gonna solve the energy crisis, is it? Get to work. Wait. Okay. I'm going to get to work solving the energy crisis by welding my potatoes. That's all I'm going to read before I lose my voice. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I just think, I think, first of all, it's interesting that, like, the only time this person acknowledges that women exist, there is e-girls or is succubi.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Look, obviously, it's...
Study how to weld or grow a potato.
So I learned how to weld. It's really hard, and it's just not pleasant. And I also haven't found it particularly helpful. I can guess for a tradesperson.
Are those manly? Is welding and potato growing like a really masculine?
You have to put down the mask while you're holding the flux and the welding iron, and you can't fucking see where they are until you turn on the welding iron.
Oh shit!
And even then, because you got a mask on. It's all annoying. It's super annoying. I guess that's like the anyway. Don't bother. If you're a tradesman, then good on you. You're fucking contributing. But I mean, if you want to be in gaming, then fucking forget about it. Go play Welding Simulator. This guy is literally the game is like, I guess he probably considers like a bigger gladiator in the pits as like the ultimate sign of manliness. Someone should probably tell him that like most gladiators had no choice.
Time out. Chat's really pissed. They're really curious as to why would you even be welding with a mask? Because, real men don't wear masks, man.
Oh, yeah. Just make sure you eyeball those sparks. You have to fucking work. I mean, I can tell you fucking soy boys have never welded before.
Ratio fell off, touch glass, grow potatoes.
Forever maidenless. You fuckers, if you fucking have welded a potato once in your life, chat, you'd know that you can't see shit without a fucking mask on.
I used to weld potatoes uphill both ways on the way to school back in the day. But then, their very kicker, this whole thing. Really? Don't let strangers on the internet tell you how to live your life, though. If you want to be told how to live your life, read the New Testament. The internet will only give you lies. So is he calling himself a liar because he posted this on the internet? Is he that self-aware? I don't know.
I love it. Anthony's gone and looked up another one as well. A major update back in June 24, 2021. No way John McAfee killed himself. Highly dubious. Highly fucking dubious.
Okay.
This is the reason why I thought this is satire, because, well, like it is funny.
Yes.
It's funny because it's not serious. I don't believe this is serious. Unless this guy is on LSD, like 20, I don't know what. I don't know what he would have to be on to this can't be serious, though.
Yeah, ultimate troll, and the game came out in 2017, so he's not selling very many, maybe he doesn't care, maybe he's just having...
He pissed some people off, though, mate. I'll tell you what. So he also tweeted...
yeah.
So I don't know what this is in response to. from @Domina Game. You can go look at it yourself. 16 hours ago, you sad tweeted this. 16 hours ago, I was balls deep inside my GF. Good women expect and demand confident, unmasked men who can still pay for things. Fact. Seethe, cope, or learn.
See or learn. Yeah, and he did. He spent all night like finding people who were talking shit about him, and he'd be like, seethe much?
I think it's like the 5-year Letterman on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but people obviously people, you know, you never know if someone's serious. So people made sure they review bombed his game. Just
Yes. So he got seriously review bombed right away. And there was a little chatter on his reviews that I supposedly before this drama, he had maybe taken some of the regular features of the game and turned them into DLCs. And so some of his regular players already weren't too happy with him, and unrelated to his anti-masking, misogynistic, pro-welding stance. Not that there's anything against pro-welding. And then, yeah, so he gets review bombed, and then, you know, Steam does have a feature now that if you're getting review bombed and it's unrelated, you know, if you're being cancel culture review bombed or it's unrelated to actual gameplay mechanics, they can help with that. And so that was activated for him, and the off-topic review it is not counted in the overall. You could still go read it, you could still see the numbers, but it doesn't skew his overall rating, which, fair enough, you know. Game reviews should stand on the merit of the game, probably, and not necessarily if the guy's a raving fucking dickhead.
You have to tell me. You have to. This is satire because I mean, whoever runs the Twitter account has made sure they've quote tweeted it. And here's what you do: if you have any sort of following like me, or you on Twitter, and people are like having a go at you, normally you just ignore them. You know, normally you're just like, oh, well, another insect has crawled out, and we'll wait till they go away. This guy has quote tweeted every person that was been critical of them, and he has spent a considerable amount of time crafting sometimes pretty fucking funny responses. Some of them are not that funny. Everyone's like, oh, this guy is generally unhinged as well. I'm like, yeah, maybe he is, but also
he's having a lot of fun with you all. Yeah. Like he's linking like Roman gladiator photos and shit, and you know, like.
Well, you know, in 72 hours, no one's going to give a shit.
Yeah.
Some streamer's going to have thrown their cat or shown their cat.
Oh,
or shown their other kind of cat.
I think Christian Bishop has already knocked him out of the the esports.
Man of many titles, Christian Bishop being one of them.
Yeah. He's already knocked him out of the news we care about right now slot.
I mean,
right?
I refuse to believe this is real. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I just won't do it. I refuse to believe that someone is like unironically saying these things. Sorry.
He's role playing as a Roman gladiator.
Yeah,
that's how they would do.
You are never going to convince me about this. Some people are like, "Oh, I really love this game. It's so sad to see the developers lost his." He's not lost his mind, is he? He's just fucking. He might mean it, but he's definitely. Oh, I mean, he's definitely taking the piss though.
And why are you losing tears over a game that costs like $8, $10? You know. Like,
I mean, I never heard of it up until now. Yeah, this has been great. I guess it's been a form of PR for the guy.
About touch grass. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, the review bomb didn't even fuck with his rating on Steam.
It did for a little while, but then it quickly got turned on.
All right, what else we got? What other fucking? Is this satire as well, Scott?
This is not satire. Okay. This would be a little lighthearted news to take us to the break. Nintendo has announced another amusement park coming our way, but this time to our neck of the woods. Universal Studios Hollywood's going to add a Super Nintendo World to their world. I haven't been to Universal Studios Hollywood in quite a long time.
It was all right.
Yeah, and again, nothing new in the sense of a lot of our beloved IP turning into like brick and mortar attractions, right? I mean, Disney's famous for this, and they're doing it with all the new IP along the way, Star Wars, et cetera, et cetera. So it does make sense that Nintendo.
Did you go to the Star Wars thing?
I have been to the Star Wars thing,
and
I liked it. I went
to the Hogwarts one.
I have not been to that one.
I really liked it,
and I've heard really good things about the Hogwarts one.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if I'd pay for like that Star Wars hotel one. That's really expensive, but the park, that part of the park was great. So they already have a theme park in Japan. It's supposed to be kind of meh.
It was apparently it's very underwhelming and not small.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I remember Nintendo from a kid, but I haven't played it in a long time. I know a lot of people still play it, but is there enough there for a theme park?
We aren't the market for these things
God
anymore.
Damn it, I know.
It's been years.
I know.
It's been fucking years. Look. I think they have the space out there at Universal. and there will be enough people that can't grow up that'll be interested in going there. I thought it did a good job with the Harry Potter setup. They had like Hogsmeade, and I had Butterbeer. They had like an interactive thing where you could get a wand, it'd be overpriced, but then you could use the wand at certain locations. And that was pretty immersive kind of stuff. Like I thought they did a fine job. I just I'm not the kind of person that would want to go back to Universal sort of time and time again, but it was fun. It's a very LA thing to do. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know how long it'll fucking take. Maybe by the time it's done, people will actually be able to go outside again. You know what
I mean, it makes sense. I guess if these theme parks, the amusement parks that are not just roller coasters that aren't themed to some sort of IP like this. I guess you have to continually refresh those, right? Because eventually, do the old Disney things lose their luster, and you got to have the Marvel shit and the Star Wars shit. So on the Universal side, do they have to keep refreshing, making partnerships with Nintendo's? Because they're also competing with each other, right?
There are, to my knowledge, like some attractions at Universal that have been there for a while. There's like a Transformers ride that's been there for a while. It was like a Mummy one or something like that.
There was
that's been
Indiana
there
Jones, like a
right. So
constant
some
thing,
of those are sort of evergreen. They're like built permanently. I don't know if they just tore down the Harry Potter world and put something else in. I have no fucking idea. I actually don't know.
I wonder how that.
But yeah, I mean, obviously you have to have new attractions if you want to get people to cut.
It's the business.
The way they make money is by people from out of state, but also getting people to come more than once.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's how they do it. That's why Disney. That's aside. That's why Disney's so interested in like having people stay there. Like, did you see they wanted to create like a whole living neighborhood? That's Disney. You know what I mean? Like, because they want people to live in that fantasy kind of thing. So they don't want you to just come once and leave, you know what I mean? So just like us, we don't want you to come once and leave because we're going to a break. So when we come back, you better be here, mofos. We're going to talk, we've got a little bit more to talk about here as well. Talk about the Streamer Awards, talk about DrDisrespect, his situation in the game, some stuff happening over in Apex Legends. So stick around for that on the other side of the break. Of course, we'll have a rapid fire by Rivalry, of course, on the other side of the break. So get ready for that. We'll see you in a sec.
Hey, we got some news. The two-timer is in the news this week, and he's got two pieces of news for us. That's the segue I wanted to do.
I guess, yes, two pieces. You did right. You nailed that. So first of all, his legal proceedings with Twitch are concluded. And like many legal proceedings, neither side admits any fault because that's tantamount to basically declaring yourself guilty.
It's like the Superman meme. They're both pointing at each other.
Yeah, okay. I mean... So, great. All right, so what started as a nothing burger, what was a nothing burger all the way through, now remains a nothing burger. Right, so, yeah, no party admits to any wrongdoing. Shocking. Fair enough. I would have thought, honestly, you could have asked me 5 years in the future what was going on with this if nothing had happened. I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Some with Doc, I don't know. Very, very tight-lipped about it all, actually. And, it's quite remarkable that something like this... I've been told, it's been implied to me by certain quote-unquote people in the know that they do know what it is and they can't say what it is. So, obviously, well, I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that it seems like it could have been quite serious here. But the point of this story is that they're fucking done. No one admitted fault and they're moving on. We don't know if that involved the settlement. I don't think any of the files from the actual proceedings would be accessible or any of the case notes. So... Yeah.
This reads settlement to me in some regard because he sued them, right? The last public thing was he was going after them for disparaging him, for banning him, for hurting his livelihood, for banning him technically without him knowing in advance and maybe without proper cause.
So it makes you wonder why he didn't fucking win the case then, so to speak.
He did, but he settled out of court. And part of the settlement is that Twitch doesn't have to agree they did anything wrong. He won't say they did anything wrong, and he gets a whole fucking bunch of money from Twitch.
Fair enough. That's fine. But I think a lot of people were under the impression that Doc had done something really egregious to get him in that position, right? That was where a lot of the speculation had come from, like a conduct thing. Where in reality, it probably wasn't that. It could have been even from a business perspective, because I know that, Doc was courting other potential streaming partners and trying to do a whole bunch of stuff and even compete with Twitch on a business level with his own sort of idea. These were all things that I had heard about that situation. So there's like a billion reasons why Twitch might have tried to ban him or might have seen fit to try and hamstring his presence, obviously, on the platform. So, yeah, obviously, Twitch may or may not have been justified in doing so, which is why he ends up settling. But are you sure?
No,
that he settled out of court?
This is me guessing. Like, this reads like a settlement by him because he was the one doing the suing. So I wouldn't think DrDisrespect would go after Twitch if his lawyer. Obviously he's not by himself, right? So I wouldn't think his legal team would say, "Let's go after them. Let's make this public." If we don't have some, I don't think he'd bluff that.
No, this happens all the time when you settle out of court, though. It's just
so I think he settled out of court and got something for them. Obviously, the second part of this is he's also said he's not, like people said, well, are you going to stream on Twitch again? He came back out and had to say, I'm not going back to Twitch. I think, without knowing, again, why he got banned, it's also like whatever he did could be egregious, but might still not be a contract violation to the agreement he has with Twitch. Could have done a very bad human being thing that did not break a contract. And Twitch decided to act on a moral basis that they had no right to. Again,
most platforms have embarrassment and scandal release clauses.
About, like, there's a conversation about he was pitting Mixer against Twitch.
Right.
As an independent contractor, that's not illegal. He's not an employee. He's not,
sure.
So if they got pissed and their retribution was to ban him, that would have been an illegal action. Right? That's an illegal punishment because they breached their own contract they signed with him because that's not a clause they can enact, right? There's probably a morals clause in that contract. I think we probably even have one in our partnership agreement.
Sure.
Right? But even that would have to be, I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
Well,
I don't know if it would be something so egregious that we all wouldn't know about it. That would stay hidden. So that's why it leads me to believe it was more of a business thing and not a human thing. If that makes sense.
It wouldn't shock me, especially considering the ambitions that the doc has had. I definitely thought that he would try and threaten Twitch from a business standpoint, with some form of competition or something or other. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that was like Emmett Shear level kind of.
Yeah, again, they get wind that he's negotiating with Mixer, and whether he's making up numbers back and forth or the legit numbers, they figure out some fucking loophole to get rid of this fucking guy. And that bravado of the new Amazon people, we don't need him anymore. We got all these new people. And I think they fucked up probably with that. Yeah. And it was enough of a fuck up. It also had a huge gag order drop because obviously, to your point, people know and they're absolutely not saying. And they're not saying because they don't want to get sued by somebody, right? Otherwise, gossips would be gossiping. Our usual suspects would not have shut up.
Yep.
Right? But that's not all the news. So obviously, that's all cleared the air. What that hopefully means, though, is that he's unbanned from Twitch. So even though he's not going to stream on Twitch anymore, if he's at least unbanned from Twitch, he can collab and he can be in other people's streams. He can game with Twitch streamers because he can't do that anymore. He can't show up in any of their streams. His voice can't be in any of their streams. Can't go to any of their events. So anyway, other part of the big news is, as we all know, he's got a game dev company now. He's got a game coming. He's already announced that. He's announced some NFTs and his founder pass, or at least the first run of some founder pass information for this new game. Midnight Society is the name of the game. What do we know?
Yeah, not a lot. Obviously, essentially this, yes, I think the headline kind of positions it as like your run-of-the-mill NFT, the ones we usually sort of roll our eyes at kind of thing, but it's more like a pre-order kind of thing. Like, how you get like a founder's pack, right?
Yep.
In game.
Okay.
You might pre-order the game in advance and you get all this stuff like when the game releases. It's probably more like that. I guess maybe the token, there's a token that represents it, but essentially, yeah, it's a founder's pass that has no impact on the game, which is something that you don't often actually see in NFT games. Most NFT games are actually it's pay to win kind of impact in those games. So you get a profile picture in game, I guess, and a few other things as well. So voting rights on game features is like an often NFT one. It's like a governance token in a DAO, which is like decentralized autonomous organization. So it's pretty common for those to be attached to NFTs. Very interesting to see how that will actually play out here. When, because in general, I think game developers usually try to get a not consensus, but get a good feel for how their game is going from the community, right? This would, I guess, narrow their purview or their scope a little more. And yeah, so obviously, getting early access to a game, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, people got to play Lost Ark in advance when they pre-ordered it, right? They got to play the game in early access.
Yep.
So, yeah, you have to apply
to
purchase a Founders Pass, which I think is interesting based on gaming community involvement. Look, I think this might be a way of making sure that those with voters' rights, voting rights for how the game will be developed, aren't just like scooped from who the fuck knows where. So it might be an attempt to try and make sure that those with some actual agency over how the game development roadmap will go have had some gaming industry involvement. But it's an odd check and balance. And who are they really going to go through 10,000 more than 10,000 applications? They have to find 10,000 applicants.
Yeah.
So I really wonder how or what they're even looking for there. They've not stipulated that criteria at all, Scott. They've just said based on gaming community involvement, which could be, just posting dies of cringe in a fucking Twitch chat constantly, which is what most of people over on Twitch do.
Yeah, and that's where it obviously diverges from a Founders Pack from a traditional game greatly, because they'll sell as many of those fucking Founders Packs until they turn the Founders Pack off, right? There's no limit. There's no exclusive. We're only selling 5,000 Founders Packs for Lost Ark or for fucking whatever game.
Right, so it's an unlimited...
it's a cachet thing to get. So there's going to be some FOMO. Like a Founders Pack FOMO now would be you just got to buy it before they turn it off and the game's live.
What I don't understand is that so normally like you would limit the amount of something if you want to impact its price. Now these Founder Packs are available for $50, presumably in crypto. Now the reason why I probably wouldn't be interested is because if it's on the Ethereum blockchain, I probably wouldn't want to. I don't really want to transact on that blockchain because it is giga bad for the environment, right? I would feel much more comfortable if this was on something like Solana.
Gotcha.
Which is vastly less, orders of magnitude
Aren't
less.
they all getting better and cleaner, and that's less of a thing anymore for us to worry about?
But Ethereum, it isn't yet.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
when it is, then I'll think about it. But
Okay.
I won't just transact on it because someone's telling me that one day it will be better. You know what I mean? Like I just make it better, and then we'll talk about it. But so yeah, normally like there'll be this scare. This is artificial scarcity, right? You can have 1 million Founders Passes, right? It doesn't matter. Games like Lost Ark, for example, don't limit them. They didn't limit that because they wanted as many people as possible to buy it. Right?
Absolutely.
So it's possible that they're angling for like a secondary market here where 10,000 people would have access to get them for $50, and then there'd be secondary market sale on a certain platform, and royalties would end up going to.
You can trade some
society.
of the stuff. I'm being told in my
I mean,
ears.
yeah, you
So,
can. If you get NFTs, if you have an NFT, you can trade it on a secondary market. And it's quite likely that, like, Midnight Society, the game dev, will take, like, 5% of royalties. Like, you have to pay fees, right, to do this.
Sure.
Gas fees and also just fees. And quite often, like, the owners of NFT collections, they take royalties from that. Sometimes they invest them back into liquidity pools and blah, blah, blah. It's like that whole fucking Ice Poseidon thing. So, I don't really think it doesn't... We don't know enough about the game here, Scott, to really know, like, what this is going to be worth. $50, to be fair, is extremely low mint price for most NFTs. Fuck me. I mean, who's that dickhead from Noble? His NFTs were like $1,500.
Yes. Yeah.
Most often, they're like $350 to $400. Like, I'd say like 0.1 Ethereum is like a very standard mint price. Sometimes you get to like 0.25, which is really on the higher side. Sometimes 0.025. Either way, it's a nominal fee. But if it gives you early access to the game, it's the same fucking thing as buying early access of a game with the non-fungible aspect added to it, so you could trade it on a secondary market if you wanted to. It would be like your Lost Ark early access pass you could put on the Steam market.
Yep.
That's how it would work, really. So
Interesting.
But I don't know enough specifics. What blockchain it is, all this other stuff.
I mean, the
also
application
why it
process
has
is
to
interesting.
be, why it needs to exist. Like, does this have to be a thing? Couldn't you just say $50 gets you all these benefits? It's the voting rights, right? The voting rights are completely unnecessary, in my opinion. Don't give power to the people. The people don't know what they want. They just don't fucking know what they
You
want.
can still listen to the people without giving them actual voting power, too, if you want their feedback.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
you're going to get the feedback anyway. You will get it.
It's like, again, inventing a thing that's not really needed. Like,
They might need to invent it because they've got $50 million investment from that industry that wants to help this game, right? You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, sure. They could make, exactly. So it could be that a member of the board could be like OpenSea or Wax.io.
Yeah, that's why they're lean and heavy because
Magic Eden, for example. Yeah. So It would just be annoying.
Whizzes in their ear.
Yeah, Polygon Studios.
Polygon.
Listen, now Polygon, a little bit different. Polygon is literally designed to solve the problems that everyone bitches about when it comes to transacting with the Ethereum blockchain. It doesn't solve like art theft and all the other things that people just find to hate about crypto, but there's that.
So do you think, so back to the application process. So 10,000 people, again, how do you weed that out? Obviously, it's to get all the streamers will get in, all those kind of people if they want in.
Yeah.
But
put your socials in there, and they're automated, I'm sure. They do an artesian builds on you.
Oh, God. It seems like, without knowing shit about this, but it seems like this is almost maybe a good idea so you don't catch the crypto NFT bros that only want to spend $50 to get the assets for what this thing might be. Well, they don't care about the game. They don't care about anything other than
you
this
catch
element.
them still. If there's a secondary market, you'll catch them. If they go, oh,
no,
wait,
but they won't take one of your 10,000 spots that you maybe do want for the gamer types.
It might ultimately end up with someone who wants them, but it's more likely, Scott, it ends up with someone who's going to flip it again after.
But if they didn't do any sort of process, wouldn't the first 10,000 people come be the NFT bros? They just buy all this shit, and the gamer kid doesn't even get a chance. You know what I mean? Like if they see it as a speculative market, won't they just come and instantly take those 10,000 away? I don't want to call them the ape people, but you know the people that live in that world of investment, buy, sell NFTs.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's
they
quite
go.
possible.
Doctors doing one, fuck, buy those.
Yeah, because you know what people do. These people, they basically have
scalpers.
20 wallets. Yeah, they're 20 wallets, and they have bots that just basically make sure all the wallets like.
So maybe that's the. I'm just trying to think. Why would you want to fucking figure out who gets it?
Well, yes, you might be trying to. Yeah, okay, sure.
Which is a good thing. That's a good thing to you know,
I'd just be interested. Yeah, I think.
I don't know how you.
I don't know how they would. Yeah, like vet these people.
Is there a quiz you have to take? Do you have to? Is it like where you got your esports certification card?
It's a fucking capture.
Maybe it's the esports certification card from a couple years ago.
Oh my God.
Answer 5. Okay.
So no one's going to.
2 players get on a bus, leaving the hotel at 9 a.m. One has a media call time at 10:30. No. All right. Next step. Now we're going to do the next story. Streamer awards. We have a new sheriff in town when it comes to telling people how great they are in our industry.
But the difference is now these people telling each other how great they are actually do have big followings and lots of money. And they actually are quantifiably successful. As opposed to all of us getting in a room in Arlington and slapping each other on the back.
Yeah. For business. For business, exactly. Yeah, so over the weekend, Cutie Cinderella launched another event. She's done several events over the last couple of years, but this was a big one. Streamer Awards. Started a while ago with polls and all sorts of stuff, but they had their final big event, big stream, lots of big streamers in the building. I think they did this in Texas, right? I think maybe it was in Austin, maybe it was in LA, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
A lot of these people live in Austin, so maybe it was Austin. It was in Texas. Okay. And again, this is Cutie is a streamer. Cutie Cinderella is a streamer herself. This isn't a big corpo thing. She wants, and Maya, who's on screen with her right now, they did this together. They do a lot of stuff together, podcasts together, both streamers.
A lot of IRL stuff. Yeah,
lots of IRL stuff. And again, what she wants to do is build this up. This year was to show proof of concept to them, maybe try to get the sponsors involved, make it a little easier on her, both financially as well as probably logistically. But a little scuffed, a little fucked up, but man, I fucking loved it because it fits, right? It doesn't always need to be perfect, doesn't need to be perfectly polished, and it was just, it had that real, authentic kind of streamers doing this for streamers kind of vibe to it. I hope they don't lose that, even if they get more money and more kind of production value.
I have to contrast this to what we do. So obviously, like the Esports Awards is like an awards ceremony for people that contribute to esports, right? Which by volume is minuscule compared to the streaming circuit. So, I mean, we I think it's funny because we get in a room and like we have the Esports Awards being run for like 5 years or whatever. We all get in a room together and we all dress up and we all act like we're really fucking important, and no one fucking watches. No one cares. No one cares about a bunch of people on the business side of esports or casters or whatever. But you get these people in a room with their 3D printed Pepe trophies.
This is amazing.
And their scuffed production and people wearing the most ridiculous outfits, and you get over 350,000 concurrent viewers because this is what people care about. This is what people on Twitch actually want to see. So yeah, a great idea from Cutie Cinderella. I think it's the most applicable. It's like the best kind of awards show that you could sort of do on Twitch. A wake-up call to anybody who's won an esports award and thought it fucking it mattered. No one gives a shit.
And the funniest thing about it, 0 Twitch help, assistance, no front page from Twitch. Not even like let's put it in the carousel for them. Like literally 0 corporate help. And again, it was great.
And
great
it was LA,
clips.
by the way. It was LA. So
Oh,
they got
LA.
him to
Okay.
fly out to LA,
Okay.
by the way. I
Fair
think
enough.
I've even been to that theater now, I think of it.
Fair enough. And it was good. And again, a lot of the usual suspects, were there and won awards. Amaranth, ASMR of the Year.
Yeah.
Tarek, which again, go Tarek. FPS Streamer of the Year. What else we got? Jumps out to me. VTuber of the Year. We've been talking about VTubing a lot this year. Komiko wins that one. Obviously, she's going against the 2D'ers as the crazy 3D Unreal animated VTuber, if you will. She takes the trophy there. Just really, really cool shit. And it was a little bit of, the same people congratulating the same people. Like they all stream together. They all collab together all year round. It just felt like them all doing their shit.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what we do, by the way.
But it was good. Yeah, it was good. Ludwig, Streamer of the Year, obviously mostly for what he did on Twitch. He's now a YouTube streamer.
Yeah.
And he even said, look, I had one good fucking month because he did a big streamathon, right? That kind of really sent him.
Which is all it takes, though. I
Yeah.
mean,
But it really, really cool. And and obviously out of it, they've already started talking about how they did the nominations versus how they did the winners and the skew of like fan vote versus the panel vote. Again, trying to get it right so it doesn't look like it's favoritism, that you are giving it to your friends. It's more accurate and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're even looking at how they kind of got the winners and making sure they keep adapting that. So again, really good. Go watch some of the clips. Funny fucking shit. Fun shit.
Yeah, take notes, Esports Awards. If you want to get people to watch,
Yeah.
if you want to get people to watch, like I know because they try and obviously they want it to be a pretty big event on Twitch. But if you want people to watch your show, get people on a show that people care about watching.
And
You know
here's
what I
your
mean?
watch numbers, right? This was not a fucking fluke. Average almost 300,000 watching at a time, peaked at 381, and on her channel. Keep in mind, most everybody that would have like watch partied this or been at home talking about it was in the room, right? So really, really good numbers. Again, just great shit. She'll be able to take these numbers and sell the fuck out of them for next year. I just hope she doesn't like esport award it and make it too. Keep it scuffed.
Well,
Keep it fucking real.
Yeah, because
in that sense.
No, I mean, come on.
You know?
I mean, like these streamers built their brands up by being like that as well. Like, there's no way
Yeah.
they're gonna.
It just felt like a fucking 4-hour roast. It was great.
Yeah.
It was just fucking great. Anyway,
So-
good shit. Good feel good story. Congratulations, Cinderella, Maya. Keep up the good work out there.
So yeah, let's depart a little bit here. Obviously, Asu did win Best Battle Royale Streamer, by the way. Obviously,
Yes, he
for
did.
those that know him. But let's talk about Apex here because, I think we take competitive integrity pretty seriously in a lot of our esports events, but we have a legitimate ALGS pro getting banned. Now this guy he denies that he denies cheating accusations, but as far as we understand, that's why this guy's been banned. Brazilian player, kill leader, I think,
Yes.
in the ALGS.
Literally global kill leader of the game as well. So not some rando. This is a clip. Basically, you just want to kind of look for watch his tracking. Remember, we see the highlighted lines of the enemy and the observer. He does not. This is not the player. This is a commentator talking about the clip on the right side. And that's his information down below.
Which none of this matters until someone like, Respawn bans the guy. Like this guy's a competitor. ALGS has been entirely online at this point, right? For this season at the very least. But like he's not just like being witch hunted by people. He's got straight up fucking banned.
Yeah. Crazy. You don't see very often. And again, obviously he is, to give his fair due, vehemently denied that he cheats, always streams, not a cheater. This is bullshit. This is an outrage.
I don't fucking know. I'm just saying, like, there must be a reason why they bloody banned the
EA
guy.
banned him, yeah.
Yeah, so no further information.
And have not unbanned him yet. So,
Yeah.
and this was days ago. So,
So we don't have any further information on why they've banned him, but it's quite likely, they're not going to move to ban a popular Brazilian pro player in ALGS unless there's good reason to, because it only brings their tournament into disrepute if they end up unbanning him and being like, oh, that was a mistake, you know what I mean? Like, they have to have some solid, concrete evidence on that. So, pretty insane. Look, I don't really follow the ALGS all that closely, but I do know that it's probably a little bit hard for them to sort of keep an eye on these players' setups and all that sort of stuff because it is online and you only really have so much control there. So, Sucks, I think, for that league because it brings their league into disrepute anyway to have like one of their best players getting caught out for cheating. So not good.
All right, let's keep talking about esports, but let's talk about esports.
Okay.
Do you want to start this one, or do you want me to start
okay.
this one?
So, in the vein of talking about like journalistic outlets and pivoting to video, esports.gg, who somehow managed to secure the @esports tag on Twitter, have been accused by the TikTok brand manager editor of Ludwig, right?
Yep.
Who's obviously noticed that they have been ripping content from top streamers and just sort of sticking their watermark on it. And then putting it on their TikTok brand account, which ironically enough, they were calling not long ago for like, hey, we're looking for a TikTok mastermind, a genius to come work on this. Like that was an application that went out pretty recently. I think that so there you go. So here's the esports account, 15.1k followers, 138.5k likes. So this was then, this was back in November the 4th, 2021. So this guy's like, hey, is there a reason why like you're ripping all this content? Like you're just downloading and reposting. Like there's no editing here. Like you can't even claim like fair use because it's just the entire clips you're just posting. And like maybe there's a caption. But
and they were removing other people's watermarks or covering them at that point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
At this point, like November the 16th, so not long later, an update. So this guy still is like, hey, why are you guys fucking doing this? You can see what's happening up there. So obviously, Quarter J does have a @ in there. But a fat ass like esports.gg watermark at the top here, and just like, so to some degree, right? There's some credit being applied, but like, they're basically just ripping this content entirely. Now, like, if this was just like some random backwater ass account, like wasn't a verified brand account, wasn't run by the director of Twitch properties, at Amazon, then I don't think I'd have an issue with it. But this is now March the 15th, so the account has gone from 15k followers, right, back in November, to 254.9k followers now in March. Big jump. And basically like, hey, like you don't just get to steal my work and then block me for calling me out again. So this Christian Bishop guy looked like someone slapped some fucking cheap shit on a mannequin in a New York loft. Basically, blocked the guy. And also, this guy was also blocked by the esports page as well, which is always like an admission of guilt as far as I'm concerned. Like this guy's like, hey, you're not crediting adequately. Like you can't do this. So obviously, Christian Bishop, he just looks like another grifter. Honestly, it looked like they found him on LinkedIn and just fucking copy pasted him into it. He worked at Method, to be fair, in the past. So, they hoped that this guy would go away. They just tried to mute him, just block him, or whatever. This is Ludwig's actual like editor, right? Yeah. It wasn't just Christian Bishop as well. Like their head of digital, who goes by the handle @Kendricks, was seen internally as being like, oh, just fucking don't worry about it. Like, because the actual editor here at the Esports GG side is like, do we get rid of these? Like, this is a bit sus. I'm kind of worried. She's like, no, he's a fucking nobody. Oh my God, caught with the receipts. And just let it go. Which is interesting because obviously, the guy's not really a nobody, works for Ludwig. And as we see later on, he's able to leverage that to definitely get some attention on this. But always a tough one with these, the Discord receipts get linked, Scott.
Yes. Yeah. So then obviously Ludwig does chime in. Because obviously he's told immediately this is going on. So then he starts tweeting, to these guys like, what the fuck, to Twitch, ideally. Because again, this guy works for Amazon, selling Twitch properties. So what's a Twitch property, Scott? Twitch property would be Twitch Rivals is a property they go out and sell to others for sponsorships. TwitchCon itself is a property of Twitch's that they would go and sell. Like those are kind of Twitch properties on top of just Twitch being a business. But then Ludwig's not done. Ludwig goes from not only tweeting about it, but he fires his stream up and decides to talk about it, right? And he clarifies that this guy isn't a nobody. This guy not only edits for Ludwig, this guy has made Ludwig's most popular video ever. He's the editor of Ludwig's most popular fucking video, which says a lot when you're editing for a guy like Ludwig, right? And making content for guys this popular. So he's not just some fucking rando that is doing shit for Ludwig even. He's like fucking really good at what he does for Ludwig. So he goes on to, explain that this is a bunch of bullshit. He shows some glimpses of the website as well, so we can actually see kind of the TikTok page of, because it's all since now been cleared, right?
Yeah.
He's now cleared all the content. But it's a who's who of who streams on Twitch, basically the front page of their TikTok.
Oh, absolutely. I saw
just
Courage, Quarter J, Ludwig's on there, Valkyrie as well.
Ninja,
Yeah.
And again, to clarify, these weren't Esports GG employees watching streams. Oh, that's a funny thing Mitch said. Let's take a clip, throw some graphics on it, put our logo on it, throw it up on our TikTok. It's literally, that clip's already been made.
That's
it's already
not,
been. Let me download
it's not fair
that.
Use. It's
not fair use.
I think all you've done is attribute it to the artist. I don't think attribution is.
It is not fair use. It doesn't allow for fair use.
Yeah,
Credit does not give you what you need here legally in this situation, right? It's just fucked up. Thank you, Lord of the Rings, for letting me stream all those movies.
So
doesn't
anyway,
work.
So obviously, our friend Christian Bishop, who was apparently featured on the Bachelorette, which is great. It is definitely
really?
the epicenter for utterly fucking vapid people.
Well, it makes a lot more sense.
He's protected his tweets, so
Yeah.
you can't really. Obviously, when we see people Trans did this. Remember when Trans put his foot in his mouth about Pokimane and about the DMCA stuff? So whenever I see someone who's protected their tweets, I've gone, well, hang about. Like that means only mutuals can see his tweets. All right, seems like an admission of guilt to me as well. So
I got blocked. I got
You
blocked
got
yesterday.
blocked?
I got blocked yesterday.
Right.
For showing my tweets.
Christian, block me too, because you look like a fucking smacked ass, mate.
What I was also reading when I was catching up on the news is he had some sort of block bot going that if you interacted with Randstad's tweets.
So just insulting him won't get me blocked?
Could have been enough to get you auto blocked, because people were like, I didn't even talk to the guy. All I did was like your tweet. I was lighting him up in my own tweets, so I imagine.
I did see a bunch of people when he got so obviously
I hope mine's a manual block.
he knows people because when he got the job, I saw your tweet thread I was able to see all the people that sort of said, "Oh, congrats,
They all
Christian,
know
excuse me." Obviously like the Golden Boys and all that. So I'm like, okay, obviously people know you, but this is blatant plagiarism. You can't do this. I'm not sure what makes the guy think that you can do this. Also, pretty impressive because he's gone from working for Method, right, which to my knowledge does that even exist anymore?
I think they got didn't they? Obviously after the scandal they were reorging, but I don't know if they went away.
Director of Twitch Prop. So there must be a college degree in here somewhere.
Yeah, and he goes even farther than that. Before Method, he was at E-Stars and WSOG.
Literally,
or WSOE.
Who megalol?
Yeah.
Who fucking megalol?
All this different shit. Thunder Gaming, and he had there's a whole write-up about this guy and Thunder Gaming and the Smash community. Like, this guy's been lit up several times now. Like, before yesterday, he was already a snake oil salesman to me.
Did you know him? Have you met him?
I've met him twice.
Right.
Yeah. And
I've never met the guy.
Instantly just got the, oh, yeah, no thank you vibe. Like, you read those people and you're like, nope. Not anything you're selling.
Okay.
Had known about him for quite a while. I had heard about him. And I know for a while Richard was also working at that company in Vegas, Richard Lewis, when he was living there. So I'm like,
was this the MGM?
Yeah, it was inside the building. It was mostly a poker studio that they were trying to do some esports events. They did some Dota and stuff. He was helping sell that or whatever. Maybe he owned a piece of it.
I think we almost did an event there for Overwatch.
Yeah, and I met him briefly right when we opened Do Not Peak the first time before pandemic. I was at TwitchCon. He was at TwitchCon. He wanted to talk to me about our facilities because they were in Vegas. So I had a 15-minute meeting with him in the Twitch lounge. But it was just like, I don't see us doing anything. And then, funny story, so he did something. I think maybe even the Smash shit blew up after that meeting or something happened. And I lit into him a little bit on Twitter. He unfollowed me. And then the Esports Awards that we were both at, he was there.
Right.
I'm going out the door. He's going in with someone, and I'm with someone. He's with someone who knows me. Hey, Scott, have you met Christian? I'm going to the bathroom. Like, yeah, we know each other. And I just kept right on fucking walking. I'm like, fuck that douchebag. I can't. I am not a good faker in that sense. I can't pretend that you and I are mates if I've had words with you. I will just ignore you. So, yeah. So again, used car salesman, snake oil, whatever you want to call this guy. How the
Hey,
fuck?
he's the fucking director of Twitch properties, mate.
How he scammed Amazon to hire him, how he ended up with these domains, that esports TikTok and the esports fucking website domain and the esports fucking Twitter handle, just breaks my fucking heart. But in the world of how scammy and bullshit esports is, maybe it's absolutely perfect that this guy owns all this fucking shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just,
Right on the nose branding, I guess, man.
I'm surprised it took. I don't know. I'm surprised it took as much as it did, and I guess no one cared enough to sort of flag this outside of the person who was actually Ludwig's.
Yeah, and that's why
editor.
I was pissed off. Like I went back and found that congratulations tweet when he got the job because I remember it. And I was like, I'm not like fuck that. I'm like, because a lot of those people that said, hey, good job, GG, great, they know him. That was a bullshit fucking fucking tweet.
So there's it. But yeah, I mean,
and everyone does it every so often. But
Yeah,
it's like,
some
I was
of
like,
them
God
I
damn
would
you.
consider respectable, but I mean, look, the thing is, there's a bunch of people in this industry that are fucking grifters.
Yes.
So.
Grifters, no grifters.
Anyway, I mean, obviously, esports.gg made their apology about this whole situation. We messed up. Since last November, we've been focused on tagging original creators whose content we shared on TikTok. That wasn't enough. I mean, no, it's just not. Objectively, it's not enough. But okay, we've taken down all content, including all of our original content, which is probably nothing, from TikTok. So we'll only return to TikTok when we're confident we can meet the high standards of original content we hold ourselves to on esports.gg. Okay, fine. They still have 250,000 followers. Like here you go. You want to build an online presence, just steal other people's content and get a 250,000 followers.
Yeah. In what? November to March?
Yeah. It is extremely fun.
It's
I mean,
such a
it's
blatant.
That's TikTok as well, though. TikTok is insane like that, and I grow brands quickly if the content is compelling, but.
Well, sure. It was the top streamers of our planet's content. It was probably pretty compelling if you're interested in streamer content.
But now, but see, so I think this Christian Bishop and this Kendricks person, their accounts are still protected because they're obviously still under fire for obvious reasons. So, yeah. Look, it's a bit annoying because when someone outside of esports wants to know about esports, they just type in esports, right? They go to this fucking website, they go to that fucking TikTok, you know what I mean?
And they see those metrics, go, oh shit, this must be popular. This must be the real deal.
It's not really who I prefer. I would not want these people to represent our space, but here we are. I don't necessarily want us to be the fucking first thing you see either, because it's a little bit unfiltered, a bit raw, isn't it? I'd rather you find this at 4 a.m. after being on a bender. That's kind of where I feel like.
Yeah, and obviously the term gatekeeping is often used very negatively now. Gatekeeping communities, gatekeeping fandoms. But this is the kind of shit that we do need to gatekeep. We need to gatekeep these fucking people out of our scene as much as possible, and I think that's just happening less and less around here. Full disclosure, just to give her credit where credit's due, she also their esports. Manager.
Head of digital, yeah.
Yeah, head of digital did also make a personal apology on her protected tweet.
Right.
She did it. We don't have it, but
she probably got the backlash and then.
Yeah, I mean, because she starts getting mentioned at all this shit, and rightfully so.
I mean, someone had the receipts.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that it's awkward because we know who took that Discord conversation. Yeah. It was the fucking TikTok editor from Esports that sent that screenshot to Ludwig or Ludwig's editor. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just it's a complete mess. But hey, another day.
Now, and then the other thing is, okay, one last thing on this guy for now at least, because maybe we'll keep an eye. Maybe he gets fired. Maybe it's a big drama. Christian Bishop as a name. Can we talk about this just briefly?
Sure, we could.
You're Mr. and Mrs. Bishop. You're a new dad, right? Mr. Bishop, you've had a new son. Yeah. Are you going to name him Christian so it lines up in a religious way like that? He's a Christian Bishop.
I mean, I'm not going to call him Fishy Bishop, am I? Oh, that's an Australian term.
Is that his real name? Is he really Christian? That just seems like too religious-y. Or too rando. Would you name your kid Jewish rabbi?
I mean, if my last name is Bishop, I'm probably trying to avoid naming my
anything
son
like that.
Christian. Could be a family name though.
I don't think it's his real name.
Right.
Not that I'm people change their name all the time.
My kid got unlucky and has a really long and unwieldy middle name because of his grandfather.
But how neat would it be if one of our amazing investigative journalists of esports that are award-winning were to do some sort of research and find out that he had to change his name because he's been grifting for a long time?
I mean, if that was true, that would be incredible. But the guy's kind of doxed, right? He was in the fucking Bachelorette, for Christ's sake. I mean, the whole world could see how fucking vapid this motherfucker was.
That is true. I didn't know he was on The Bachelorette.
Yeah, apparently.
Crazy. All right. Anyway, that's enough of Bishop for now. For now,
Well,
we'll see what
we want
happens.
to talk about Islamic Imam next. No.
No, I thought we cut that joke out.
No, it's only when you say it.
Yeah, all right, that's it.
Baker can't stop me from saying that.
It's my turn this week.
Yeah,
it is
it's
now
okay.
time. You know what time is for, chat. Rapid fire, brought to you by Rivalry.
I stole his joke and he's fucking seethe or
seething.
learn. Seethe or learn.
You've crushed me. Fucking.
Man,
The Lions would eat
it's
your
a
shit.
sign of regard that I've taken your joke. you know?
Back in the times, the Lions would have your
The Lions would
fucking
have
lunch.
me? Yeah, probably.
Rapid. We always go so slow. Rapid fire, Rivalry. Here we go. All right. If you don't know,
What
I'm
do we
going
do
to
in
ask
the
him.
segment? Yeah.
I'm going to ask him a shitload of fucking questions. He's going to answer them fairly quickly. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to burn. And then we got one question that we've asked you in chat that we will see how he lines up. Let's go. Here we go. Who would win in a fight? A man in a bat suit or 10 bats in a man suit?
What kind of man in a bat? It depends on the man in the bat suit's physique. I'll go with the bats in the man suit, actually.
10
That'd
bats
scare
in a
the
man
shit
suit.
out of you. Yeah.
All right. What's harder? Getting into Overwatch 2 beta or getting people to watch the Overwatch League?
Dude, it's way harder to get into the Overwatch 2 beta. Are you kidding me?
It's easy to get
Do
people
you
to
not
watch that
believe?
league.
Actually, no. I've seen some people. It's alpha, by
That's
the way.
fucked up,
I've seen
by the
some
way.
people in there, by the way, and I'm like, how the fuck
Oh,
did
it's
you get
alpha.
in? So I guess it can't be that hard to get in.
Overwatch 2
it's
alpha.
closed alpha right now. Yeah.
Closed alpha.
Carry on.
Number 3. Name one thing more hopeless than getting pro players to care about collective bargaining. That's good. These are topical.
Wait, I got one thing that's more hopeless than that.
More hopeless.
Oh, casters that started circa 2019 from actually getting a full-time job.
That is pretty fucking
Yeah.
low. That's actually not even possible. Would you rather ride the subway in just a G-string or bet half your life savings on G2 playing against stand-ins?
I work in esports. My life savings is my fucking hip pocket. I'll fucking throw it on G2. That's fine. What life savings? Price on the bike. I'd wear a fucking mankini though. I'd rock that shit. I got some cake out back here. And I've been working on it.
Yeah. I think, yeah. But you have a chance to win on the second half of that. There's no money on the first half, just where the G-string. Okay, what is more likely to happen? Sentinels winning their first map or GHB team, lovely 100 Thieves guy, getting to first base?
Oh, he's getting to first base.
He's got a heart.
Yeah. I know. There's a photo of him with Ara at a house party showing her a Pepe.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
he's-
basically second base in the gamer world.
That guy.
He's fine.
gets-
And yeah, it worked because people kept messaging Ara to tell her to let him hit.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah,
Unfucking real.
He's dripping in tape.
JHB. What a homie.
What a homie. He was on the red carpet doing the interviews for the Streamer Awards. It was great.
Yeah.
Would you rather be known as the Fred Durst or Shaggy of esports?
Not the
Jesus
Shaggy.
fucking
The
Christ.
Shaggy of esports. Because when it all comes crumbling down, I'm going to walk away and be like, it wasn't me! And just fucking walk out.
That is fucking good. Is that a rivalry question or is that a you question, Jason? You have to tell me. That's a good one. That's a rivalry question. 100 Thieves face tattoo or lower back phase tattoo?
I mean, just for location. Not
Tramp
is it
stamp?
the tramp stamp one?
Yep. Lower back phase. So tramp stamp, phase tattoo, face tattoo, 100 Thieves.
Yeah, phase down, ass up. I'll take the
Yep.
fucking...
Makes sense.
the
Phase
one.
down here. Yep. Makes sense. Name a player in any esport you want to build a team around.
I think if I had the choice, I'd probably build around Nitro still.
Woo.
Yeah, I think because he's
Mr.
got
America?
Yeah,
Nice,
I like
nice.
Nitro.
Good call. Good call. Okay. Fight to the death. Who wins? C-3PO with a switchblade or Wall-E with a whip chain?
Fuck me. Could Wally even use something like that? I know
yeah.
C-3PO has the high ground. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, C-3PO for sure. He's got thumbs, I think, too. And the last question, again, a reminder, we also asked Twitch chat, so we will check with them after your answer and see how you did. What is the best BR game? Apex, PUBG, Fortnite.
I think Apex is the best. Yeah. It's just a genuinely very good game, and I think it's much more polished than the others. So yeah, Fortnite it doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me. I like Apex.
All right, let's see what the audience chose. I would have said OG first map H1Z1 would be the best BR we've ever played, but
Sure.
but that got killed really quick.
Yeah.
What's the best battle royale game? PUBG,
It's Apex
Apex
easy.
Legends, Fortnite.
There's no way.
Survey says
Yeah.
Apex Legends, yeah.
It's so much
those
better.
three, yeah,
From the zip lining to even the control you have when you launch, to the weapons, to the fact that like the maps, like no one takes Fortnite fucking seriously anymore. And PUBG is still fucking buggy as shit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Apex
is so
actually
solid.
slaps. It's actually a good
Slaps.
game. And I fucking hate BRs, but I'll play that shit.
Yeah, we've been talking recently about getting back into it because we played a lot of it and then we stopped. And of BRs, it's our favorite too, I think. All right, well, that will do it for the rapid fire. Thank you, Rivalry, as always, for letting us present your craziness to us. Embarrass each of us. We have one question in our Q&A.
Okay.
Jason has told me.
Right.
Let's hear and see what our question
Yeah.
is. Jason, hit us. Here we go. You can take this one.
What do you guys think about talent tweeting that they're not going to events?
Oh, very topical. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So obviously, for those that don't know, sometimes you get this in esports where like, a talent, a caster will be like, "Hey guys, really sorry to say, like I won't be at this event for like X, Y, and Z reason." Usually, if there's like a reason, for example, like I didn't do LCQ, I had to be like, I can't do this event because I literally didn't read my contract and it's not Riot's fault, kind of thing. So that's one thing. There's also the kind where the caster gets passed over and they tweet they're not doing an event generally because they're looking to evoke a response in the community and put pressure on a tournament organizer or get sympathy, right?
Yep.
There's also a third kind where it's for neither of those reasons. It could just, flows like Sean Gares, for example. I don't know if I put that in just trying to create sympathy because he was announcing that he wasn't going to be casting Valorant at all anymore and that he was going to take a big change in direction. So why don't you start on this one? Do you have a strong, because obviously there's different kinds, I guess, of tweeting like this.
I think, again, there's different circumstances that lead to a freelance talent being ahead of the game, so to speak, and talking about what they might or might not do ahead of an announcement, right? Often we always like to see the official announcement, so no thunder is stolen from anybody. And then we hear who didn't get asked, why they didn't get asked, or they got asked, said no. But usually general procedure is wait for the announcement, and then if you were maybe a shoe-in to do it or people thought, you clear that perception up as to why you didn't. For example, you were announced, then had to cancel because of contract, but you were announced. Machine announced ahead of his last gig because he was having visa issues and wanted to get ahead of it, and he just couldn't do it. It wasn't to play political games, wasn't to get any fucking juice. And I think very much Sean has done the same thing. He's quitting competitive casting of Valorant, and he did that yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? And he's been doing some casting ongoing, so he's stepping away. So that's, that's an immediate
not just
thing.
some he was trying to do it mainly.
Yeah, and Iceland is a little ways away, but what he's,
Not that far now.
but, so it makes sense that he does that ahead of the announcement for Iceland. Because he what we're going to see is what he's doing next, and that's going to happen ahead of the Iceland announcement probably too.
Yeah, quite.
Right? So that all makes sense. What I absolutely hate is, hey gang, I'm getting a lot of questions, and a lot of people are DMing me, and before you all hear from somebody else, I'm sadly was not asked to do the international this year, and I wish the best of luck to everyone who does get asked. And that person is either not going to ever do the gig, like they're not doing the gig, but they want the sympathy of their fan base to rally up, or they're still in negotiations and they're going to show them that they should be there.
that the latter
right?
one is like not good. I don't think that ever should happen during negotiations. Normally, if you see it happen, like it's not even a last resort. It's because a decision has been made. I can see it. If a caster is trying to like tweet to curry community favor during negotiation, they're probably just one of those circa 2019.
I haven't heard back from Riot yet. Still hoping to work for them or whoever.
No,
right?
I mean I will literally knock your lights out if I see you. I just won't let you in a broadcast booth ever with me.
Or maybe the negotiation's over, but they think if they get ahead of the announcement, there's still wiggle room, and if they curry.
Yeah, no. Look, I think that
I'm not for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not for either of those. Whether you're trying to curry your audience just to make them like you didn't get the gig, and ahead of the announcement, you're trying to curry favor with your audience, or you didn't get the gig, and ahead of the announcement, you're trying to get that company to change their mind. I hate both those scenarios.
Tweeting in advance of an announcement for me, like, there are not that many good reasons to do it. They exist, but I just don't see it. And like a lot of casters, like I see this all the time, especially the new ones or the ones that have been in the industry for like 15 years, and for some reason still have this fucking imposter syndrome where they need to be told just how good they are, otherwise they collapse in a heap. And you probably know who you are if you're one of those people.
We had a really good week. I was really excited to get asked, and I think we're really firing on all cylinders this week, Mitch. And I just hope we keep getting asked. I'm going to keep crafting and working on my work. I'm going to VOD my VODs, and I'm just really excited that I got the opportunity, and I'm going to keep bringing my A game, Mitch. That tweet
just doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean? Like I can basically spot a mile out the casters that condition Twitch and Reddit to give them the feedback they want.
Yeah.
I can see them grooming them to do it, and then I can see them trying to create this like on tap dopamine from them all the time. It's just pathetic, really. You're insects in my world. I've got to be honest with you. So
yeah,
maybe don't do it.
So yeah, I think it's a very very tight case use where it makes sense to be ahead of the official announcement.
Yeah.
Very, very limited case use.
You can usually, I think even the quote unquote layperson can probably see through this a lot of the time.
And the funniest thing about all this is, unless it's the Super Bowl, this shit doesn't even get announced. Go find me the NBC announcement for their fucking sports. Like, they'll do it once at the beginning of the year. Here's our golf announcers for the season, but they don't hype.
No, because
every fucking
the golf announcers
event,
aren't starved. The thing is, the golf announcers aren't.
I'm talking about sports in general, though.
Yeah, but they have job security. That's why casters get all like fucking
the extra
wimpy
love
like this. Yeah, casters get really wimpy because there's no job security, so they're like constantly fucking looking around, like hoping.
But like ESL just announced like week 2 of Pro League's talent schedule. There's 5 weeks of this. Like that's like the NBA going, okay, this week ESPN's got these guys. Like again, and
I don't get that because
this stuff,
ESL
and
are
this
not
stuff
a
is
talent
announced.
first company.
You can go look and find who's casting, but they're not. It's not hype moments. It's
ESL are not a
it's not
talent
PR.
first company. Like Joe Miller is still editor in chief over there.
Yeah.
And like the last thing he wants to do, I think, is thrust talent into the limelight when he thinks it's not necessary. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
He would be the kind of guy that would be like, no, I don't want to fucking see talent tweet about like this shit. So I don't.
But yeah.
It's just weird.
And obviously the question comes because of Sean has literally. I mean, I imagine that's where that question came from because yesterday he basically.
Yeah, sure.
quit
And like it drives.
as a
Like
caster.
I reacted very strongly to that because it's just a continuation of the narrative that I've been sort of trying to explain to people, and that people don't always see or whatever. Just like how Riot treats their casters. I went on about it at length on Valoranting yesterday. And I talked with Sean and he was like, yeah, you're kind of spot on. Like Riot's starting to realize now that like, guys, Riot have emote only chat on their mainstream and they don't allow clips on their mainstream. But you know what Riot love? Clips from co-streams. Mm-hmm. Now think about it for just a second. Why would they prevent you from clipping on their mainstream and have you only in emote only mode? But then on whoever the fuck's co-stream, they love seeing those clips. That there is a world that is coming where casters are just, if they're even in the background, they're barely there. I'm talking like not full-time job level. All right, those are the kind of developers you don't want to support. If you don't want to see that kind of world come about.
So you think Riot is A-okay with suboptimal, sub-top tier, best in the business casting because those voices, those people are drowned out on a co-stream, less important, less part of the overall need.
Well, yeah,
right?
I mean, I don't think they care about having the best casters. They've shown that.
That's just.
I think they've shown that, right?
Yeah.
And frankly, I think they've also demonstrated that in League of Legends, in multiple regions. So, I don't think that a meritocracy. And here's the thing, Scott. I have it on good authority that internally, Sean did not tell me this, but I have it on good authority, that they literally said to the word, we don't believe in a meritocracy when it comes to how we select our esports talent, our casters. So that should be pretty, for those of you that are like out there working and grinding and trying to get there on like sheer hard work and stuff, you're in deep trouble, especially if you're like, especially if you look like, we feel like a generic looking white guy or whatever, like forget about it.
Yeah.
Just forget about it. Because obviously, I hate to say it, like the weight of your work and your craft, like that we treated the job like craftsmen, but the problem is the thing that people need to realize now is that it's not about hard work, it's not about loyalty, it's just about leverage. It's just about how much leverage you can apply to Riot, how much pressure you can put on them, how bad it would look for them. You know, that's what it is about. Don't bother about trying to curry favor and build a true craft there, because they don't care about that. All they care about is can you make it impossible for them to say no or not? That's all that matters.
So, yeah, let me ask you a question. You know how we're starting to see, and then we'll go to the next question and end this whole topic. But as you were talking, I started thinking about, okay, you know, we always look at sports and try to emulate, and like obviously, well, I just talked about player associations and how it very much relates. Where it absolutely falls apart is trying to analyze what you do for esports and what a broadcaster in sports does, because those guys are hired by a network. They're on multi-year deals. You work for NBC, you work for CBS, you work for ESPN, you work for Fox Sports. You don't cross lines. If your network did not get the Super Bowl this year,
then you don't get the Super Bowl.
You're working regular season for your network, and then you're watching the Super Bowl. It's just the fucking way it works, right? So, but usually within the network, it's a meritocracy. You know,
meritocracy.
Yeah, thank you. I hate that word, but you know, usually within that world, at least the best shine to the top of those sports. I'm laying this out because what was really popular this last year in football was those the Peyton guys, and like they're starting to co-stream.
Yeah.
So are they going to get to the point, traditional sports, where they go, fuck, look at all the people co-streaming, talking over all the people we're paying millions of dollars a year for, and start paying the Jim Nances and everybody else and all the different, like, if they embrace the co-streaming world like we are, will it devalue the voices of sports?
Yes, but it will take longer, I think, for them, just because of what people are used to and the way they like to consume their sports content.
Funny?
But I think that will happen. And I also think if you're a caster and you don't have like a really solid foundation in esports, probably consider doing something else or becoming a co-streamer. I mean it.
Yes. Build your brand. Build your brand. Stop building other people's brands.
I mean, trust me, like being loyal to Activision Blizzard didn't help me at all. I mean, thankfully, I haven't spent much time doing that, but I have had co-workers that spent much of their time focusing on being loyal, and it actually hindered them more than it helped them. I could expand upon exactly why that is, but you limit your leverage by being more loyal. Think about it. This is a problem. This is capitalism, and this is a weapon I have to use liberally against those that would hire me. That leverage. I have to bend these motherfuckers over, because I know if I don't, they'll do the same to me. That's how this shit works. And if you're getting into esports and you have this a really, optimistic view of things, and if you truly believe that your hard work is going to pave your way forward, I got bad news for you. It doesn't work like that anymore. There is no meritocracy. There just isn't.
Nope.
Sorry. Maybe I'm finally jaded. I've been doing this now for 14 years, 15 years, right? Like a good portion of my life, about almost half my life, 13 years, excuse me, has been doing this. So learn a thing or two. I'm probably one of the younger guys that is jaded just because of how long and how early I started.
Yeah, you're an old esports soul in your jadedness.
Anyway, like just fucking hell, man. Because I have to ask myself, like, and just be honest with this right now. Do I keep trying to, can I with a straight face tell casters? And like, because I give feedback to a lot of casters, and I spend a lot of time with like a lot of upcoming casters to try and give them advice on going forward and what they should expect and how they can get what they want. Can I, with a straight face, stand there and tell them that you're actually not wasting your time? That's something that I have to ask myself a lot. And how much longer am I going to do this? Because you better believe if this shit goes to hell in a handbag and casters start getting turned into like a part-time job, or just like every ounce of respect for the craft just gets drained away from these tournament organizers, it won't be me that gets affected. I won't be here to see it go down. I'll be fucking behind the camera in some cushy... I'll be a pen pusher, mate. I'm not going to get caught in this. Sure as hell hope it doesn't happen, though, because the people that are trying to work now are the ones that can be caught in it. And it's going to be... I think that Riot are forcing a market correction on caster rates because they realize that they can just play them off against this whole co-streaming idea. And we're seeing that happen right now. They don't care about quality. They don't. And they've made it very clear that that is something they're not interested in pursuing.
Yeah, and in Counter-Strike, it's slightly different. We don't necessarily have a developer that makes any of these decisions, but we've got all these different TOs that play favorites. So even in that world, you don't always end up with the best in your game because those two don't work for that company, and that it's their event this week, or they don't do this because this major doesn't like them. So it's always.
Blizzard didn't do a great job of this either with the Overwatch League. I'll be honest with you. I think if I wasn't on a 2-year deal, they would have tried to fuck me. Personally.
Fair enough.
But they can't because I wasn't up for renegotiation this year. But like Brennan Sideshow didn't come back. There's two sides to that story, to be fair. But I know they didn't want to pay Brennan Sideshow too much more. They just didn't want to pay them more. That was I'm sure that was a very small part of it. And there are, and for the other talent as well, there were some talent that I don't think Activision wanted to pay more. Every year they seem to be cutting budget and not putting it elsewhere. I'll be honest, I probably command a huge amount of caster budget just on my own because I was on a 2-year deal and they can't do anything about it. But you better believe they're going to try and do something about that.
Oh yeah, your next negotiation will be very interesting.
Yeah. So I think, and that might be sort of, it'll be a bit of a banner day as well to see what the future is going to be like. And because if I get fucked, then you're all fucked. If I get fucked, none of you are getting out of here unfucked.
No one gets out of here alive. One more question, and then we'll get out of here alive, hopefully. Our next question. How much money, oh, this is great. How much money would I have to pay you to spill water on Adam Abasella? You could not pay me enough
The soul of your firstborn wouldn't
money.
be enough. That guy would turn me into a fucking pretzel. I'm 200 pounds, 6'1". I wouldn't even fucking dare.
So, obviously that's a joke.
That tweet was amazing.
Joke from Jason, based on a tweet from Adam. Adam is one of the main guys behind Esports Engine. He is a bodybuilder. He works out. He is buff as fuck. He bench presses, all this crazy shit. Has a couple sons, one of which is also a big fucking Adam Jr. Goes to see the Batman with his kids, right? Late night showing, he says in his tweet. And in front of him is, 2 couples on dates, young adults. They decide to spill a drink on his kid, oh, sorry, oh, shit. And I imagine Adam did one of these, excuse me, what the fuck? And they probably just fucking...
They stood there in the shadow of his... He just kept coming up. It would have been like when they peek over the wall at Shiganshina in Attack on Titan and the first Colossal Titan appears. And he just keeps going and going.
And I think his oldest son is actually a badass looking dude too. Not a kid, like football, high schooler type dude,
I know
right?
that, like he obviously trains with his that's what I want for Griffin as well. I'm going to put a barbell on his back. You better believe it.
Great fucking story, because supposedly they went and hid in the fucking bathroom or something. These boys,
obviously they spilled water on him and they mocked him. And so basically, obviously, look, Adam didn't fucking, he didn't drag these kids out, but I think they eventually got dragged out of the bathroom by staff there, because I'm sure he would have said something. But you don't, first of all, you don't fuck with Adam for many reasons. He's definitely been known in the past to have a temper, but realistically, he's a very genuine bloke. You wouldn't want to fuck with him anyway. No. But if you didn't know him, he's large. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's salt of the earth Midwest guy. He'd give you the fucking shirt off his back, but he'll also break your fucking neck.
Yep.
So that funny story. That'll do it. Another good week of the Breakdown. Thank you so much for visiting us here in Arizona.
Good to be here.
Remember, folks, every week, Tuesdays, he's hosting Valoranting with Mitch Mann and Van Silly. And then we come back every Wednesday. Thank you all for joining. Be good to each other. Take care.